सो वी डिस्कस वन थिंग इन लास्ट वीडियो कि हम कैसे आपको बता सके कि व्हाट पीपल फील वेयर व्हाट सैस पीपल फील व्हेन दे आर नॉट परफॉर्मिंग बट समहाउ last video was not about that. It was more about how you can switch from b2c to b2b. Today when we are back, Dave is back, and now we will talk that how sales people feel when they are not performing, what mindset they have, क्या होता है, क्यों demotivation ज़्यादा आ जाता है. All those things we are going to talk about. So Dave, starting with you, that what you do when you're not performing.
Yeah, like it's a really important topic, I feel, Pratik. And I'll tell you my perspective when I started as a BDR back in 2021. And obviously, I was not performing, I was not hitting my targets. And I was actually figuring out, yeah, like how to do it. I'll tell you what I was thinking at that time. So there was massive, uh, disbelief, I would say, in myself. I had like, am I doing the right thing? Did I choose the right career? So there was, होता है ना that the self belief and the confidence was not there in myself.
Right. Mm,
And I was actually questioning myself, yeah, did I do the right thing? Why am I not performing? Why sales is so hard? And one thing that I understood is I should go back to basics. I should stick to basics, right? Like
right.
I should understand what is sales is, like how to approach people, understand
Mm,
how like my prospects are feeling when they have been approached, when they have
right.
been cold called or cold email, how they feel. Put your mindset into their shoes and think that how they will feel. Because right now what I was doing was I was just thinking about myself, how will I hit my target, how will I get those meetings. It was all about me. But we know that for in sales it's all about what is there for the prospect or what is there for the people for whom we are solving the problem.
Right.
So I had to, there was a massive a mindset shift from I to them. And that's how I started first learning the basics of sales, which is the
Mm,
primary thing. Like you can get to know a lot of tricks, tips, shortcuts, but first is basics. You should
right.
understand like communication, active listening, all those things. Those are important things. Empathy, one of the most important thing in sales. So those are the things
Right.
that lay your foundation. And then after that, you will start to perform. But again, like if you don't have these skills, it's very hard, which I didn't have back then. I had to, learn, execute, experiment,
Right.
fail, then actually then got to succeed. So that's how
Mhm.
that's the prime thing. Like first I feel like anyone who is right now not hitting their targets, missing their targets, not performing the way they thought they will, go to your basics and see if there is any lag there. If you feel there is,
Right.
change it. So
Yeah.
what do you think, like how did you feel like when you started in your sales and when you started your journey in sales? And I am sure there was days where you didn't perform like the way you.
Yeah.
So what was your mindset back then?
So, Dave, when we are doing sales, we have to understand it's a race. You are running in a laps, right? So after every lap, you are again at the starting point, right?
Exactly.
After completing one lap, you are again at a starting point, and you have to put same effort to come at first, right? So then you can, be at one, right? You cannot just like कि एक lap में अच्छा perform किया, second lap में you are just running slow or something like that. That is not going to happen. So this is what happened with me also. So as you mentioned that we have to go to the basic, and this is what is important in sales, right? After every closer, or after every day, after every month, after every week, you have to start with the basics, that what you have done, and you have to keep doing it. Sometimes you are putting same effort, sometimes you are putting same kind of energy, but your clients are not coming, you are not able to close. Now sales is not a technical work, right? It's totally different. You have to put your emotion and your energy, your mindset, all this come together, this sync, and then you perform. So sometimes what happen, even you perform, even if you put so many efforts, but you will not get the numbers, because somewhere your mind is not calm. You are worried about something else. Your maybe personal life is affected. Maybe you are not focusing on this works, but you are sending same numbers of emails, you are sending doing same numbers of calls, but numbers
Right.
is not coming. So this is what happens. So when you are not performing, make sure that apart from your work, other things are sorted out. Your relation with
Hmm.
your friends, your maybe relationship with your boyfriend or girlfriend, maybe your family, everything is at place and you are feeling good about all those things that impact your work, that impact your sales. Another, if you see, there are so many times when we go out for meetings or when we go on calls, we are distracted from that calls, we are distracted somewhere. Maybe something, you are not getting promotion, something like you are not happy with the culture where you are working, or someone told you something, all this effect. So I'll make sure that when I'm not performing, instead of doing more and going more on sales part, I try to focus on the things which is not related to my work. Are they sorted or not? If they are sorted, I'll start doing good thing. One more thing, that the lack of confidence, that is very harmful for sales. If you are not feeling confident, then you will not able to do the sales. So when I'm not able to perform, I try to gain the confidence. I try to go out, try to wear best clothes, try to meet people who can feel me, make me feel good. All these things I do, and then I again regain my momentum. So there were a time when I was not able to perform for continuously 6 months or 7 months, something like that. And the major reason was I was not feeling good in that organization. The
Okay.
seniors, the managers were not so much supportive, and they were always so there was one incident. I did a closer, right? That was good
Yeah.
closer, but someone from my management team, they said that it's happened because of luck, it was not your hard work. And that
I
line, I was
Yes.
not aware, but that line impacted me a lot.
Seriously,
And
yeah.
I was, yeah, and I was start doubting that, is it really a luck? Like, क्या hard work नहीं किया था मैंने? Right? And because of that line, I was again not able to perform next 2 months or 3 months. And this is what happened with the psychology. This is what happened with the human when they are into sales.
Yeah. I really want to add up to the point where you said, like, is it really love? What I feel is, in sales, there is something that we can't control, like what reply we'll get from our prospect, when we'll get the reply, because those are in the hands of the prospect. But talking
Right.
about luck, actually, what I feel and what mindset right now I have is, we can create our luck by the number
Yeah,
of
yeah.
amount of hard work that we put in. Like, for example, if we do our basics right, if you do our homework right, if you reach out to the prospect in a creative way, these are all boxes that I am ticking to make my luck, right? And and after that I forget that till this I can do. What's in my hand is writing a good email or doing a good cold call or having the right mindset, or doing that extra work to reach out to my prospect. These are in my hand, and only this will determine my luck. After that,
Right.
what is not in my hand, I won't even think about it, like how the prospect will react, or what will he or she will tell. I won't think about it because it's not in my hand, and the luck will not be determined by that. I only
Right.
feel that my luck is determined by the amount of work, the type of work, and the type of hard work that I'm doing for that particular time. And that's it.
Correct.
And because even when I started in sales, I felt, यार इसमें तो बहुत लक है चाहिए यार, क्योंकि मेरे साथ जो बंदा है या बंदी है, she or he is also sending the similar email, maybe a template email
Right.
we are sending to lot of prospects, and he or she is getting the reply, I'm not getting, so it's a luck. But no, it's not luck. Maybe that person has done some sort of homework that you haven't done. Maybe that
Hmm.
person has gone extra mile to impress their spot prospect, and you have just sent the template email. So that's why they
Right.
have created that luck for them. So this is one very important mindset shift which I had in this 2 years, in this 2 years of my journey, that if you only think about luck, what will happen, you won't give that hard work or those efforts,
Correct.
and you'll say, यार ये तो नहीं हो रहा है क्योंकि इसमें लक नहीं है, मेरा मेरा लक ही नहीं है यार, पता है. तो we'll start we'll start questioning that, yeah, is sales is for me because it's totally a luck game or luck
Hmm.
based game. So it's not.
Right.
It is totally depends on your skills. It totally depends how much hard work or effort that you're trying to put in your job, and that will, I feel, that will determine your luck. That's it.
Yeah, and one more thing, whenever people are not performing in sales, what they start doing, they start finding the excuses, right?
Exactly.
Market
Excuse.
सही नहीं है,
हाँ,
month
recession
end
है.
hai, year end hai, right, recession hai, all these things, or maybe daytime पे call नहीं हो पा रहा है, I'm not getting time, all these things, there's so many work, sales के अलावा मेरे पास operational ज़्यादा work and all these excuses come along when you are not performing. And you just, what you are trying to do, you just trying to make sure that you are not feeling bad about you are not performing, and that's
Hmm.
why you make more excuses, right? I'm not feeling well, I'm tired or something like that, all these things happen. So we also have to finding, like, we have to stop finding excuses that why you are not performing, and we have to start working that what's not working for us, right? Is it kind of, so if month end is there, right, you should send a mail like how you can save time for the people who are in month end, right?
Exactly.
When
Exactly.
month start is there, you have to use different kind of mail, right? You have to use different kind of, pitch for your cold calling. So all these things are there, but we just try to make sure कि हमें बुरा नहीं लग रहा है, and we have excuses. uh, One more thing, when people don't feel good and when they are not performing, they start searching out new jobs.
Yeah.
They think that something wrong with this organization. I'm not wrong, I'm good, I have done so many sales, but company में दिक्कत है यार, job change करना है. And when you start searching new job, you stop focusing on your current job and you stop performing on that job. And that's why, क्योंकि finding a new job again a new process, right? It will take month or so. For that time being, you are not performing, you are not focusing on your current job, and that's why you are not able to deliver the number. And this is what happened, right?
Yeah. But then I have a little like a second perspective to this like topic. Like I feel it is very important for the management to also take care of their employees.
Right.
Right now, I'm talking only about sales department, because if you give your salespeople an unrealistic target, they are bet to not hit that target. If you tell a outbound guy who's doing enterprise level, deals, or like enterprise level, uh, dealing with enterprise prospects or booking meetings, and if you tell that person to book 30 40 meetings or deals in 1 month, that's a hell lot of target for an enterprise SDR or BDR or AE, right? Like,
Right.
because for enterprise, for enterprise companies, it takes time. There are several stakeholders, there are several decision makers that we have to make them, be in the meetings, and the process is long for enterprise deals,
Right.
right?
Right.
So so I feel like the target should be, in such that they are achievable, because if you're targeting a company who is into 30 to 100 employee size, that for outreaching for that particular company is a different kind of, mindset, and target will be there. But for a company where you are targeting maybe 10,000, 20,000 employees, or it's a big large enterprise, for that company it's very difficult to go to the CEO or to the stakeholders at in first. We have to go from like maybe manager, then directors, because there's a step. We It's very difficult to reach out to the direct stakeholders or to the direct people who are sitting on the top. So that's a different ball game totally. So here the target actually for depends. Like, you can't have a similar target for a commercial SDR or BDR and an enterprise SDR or BDR. If you do
Correct.
it, it's like you're making them, you're making them lose their like targets or miss their targets. It should be achievable targets, and that actually depends on the management, that who are setting these things, everything, and also depends on them. And also depends on the culture, like what is the culture that you're bringing in the sales department. Is this
Yeah, yeah.
are you making the culture where the people feel like they can talk about their failures, and they can be vulnerable to their to the situation if they're not performing. Because I have been in an organization where when I didn't perform, I was very scared. What will my managers will think? What will my management will think? But right now where I'm working, it's really blessed that I have a great manager where I am able to talk to him and tell him, this thing is not working for me, what should I do. I'm
Correct.
I have that approach, I have that culture with me. I have that teammates where they are ready to open to help me, and they're not judging me. Okay, isko nahi aata ya isko nahi ho raha hai, target fill nahi, he's not a good salespeople, something. So that depends on the culture. So these are also very important when salespeople are not hitting or not performing. So how the organization is backing them, it is very important to
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, and most of the time the managers think like, let's take a hunter, उस पे मारते हैं सेल्स पीपल पे, and वो numbers निकाल के देंगे, right? That is not going to
Ah,
work. And you have to understand that as I guess one of in video, like we have also talked about like this, that जो सेल्स पर्सन होते हैं उनको आप डरा के नहीं निकाल सकते numbers, right? They are not the people whom you can make them afraid कि like if you don't perform, I'll fire you or something like that. You have to make them feel comfortable, you have to make them feel good, you have to make them feel confident. Then they can go. When you love something, you can sell that thing, so thing, right? If you're not able to love that organization, and if you're not able to love that software, how you will sell? You will not sell. It's just like selling your product, right? So sales
exactly,
people go out there, they sell on behalf of company, but when they are feeling like that's their company, that's their product, so they sell more, right? The people who are performing are not the people who know everything about the product, but they are the people who love the product, and that's why they are
exactly,
able to sell, right? So this has also happened when you are able to make sure that your all salespeople are loving your product, they are feeling that they have something, they have importance in their company, so then they start performing. And this is what happened. So sometimes what happened, even a good performer, good sales performer join a company, and he just failed there because he was
hmm,
not able to understand that that company is, giving importance to that person. So this
yeah,
is what happened. When you start feeling that you are important for this company wherever you are working, you will start working by yourself, you will start performing by yourself, right? And that's why whenever I try to sell something, I try to connect, and I try to feel like this is something which I have created. This is something which I have, this is
exactly,
part of me, and that's why I'm able to sell more. That's why I'm more confident, and that's why I'm more enthusiastic about that product. So this is what happened.
exactly. Very, very true. And I totally agree to this point actually, where you feel that, uh, the effort that I'm putting is actually generating something for the company. And when you see
Right,
your efforts are actually getting results for the company, and you feel that, okay, this is something that I have done for the company. This has
right,
been done in the company because I have put that hard work. And that
right,
actually helps to, make us feel that we are part of the company that we are working for. And also the product, if you don't believe in the product that you're selling, and it is actually solving a problem, then I mean you won't have that mindset to feel that, yeah, when someone comes up with an objection, you won't have that clarity to give them a reply. You will obviously you will have scripts, and you will say something you have marked up from the script. But if you believe in your product, there's another sense of satisfaction when you defend your product in front of your prospects
right,
when they're coming with the
right,
competitors. So, like, believing in the product is very important. So, and it is very important because when you're selling something, you should believe that when you this is actually solving a product that solving a problem that is very important to my prospects. It's not just, यार मेरे पास targets है इसीलिए I am reaching out to prospects and that's why I'm selling. That's not an approach that I have done that, to be honest, and that's not an
right.
approach that will help you in the long run. It should be like when you interview for a company, you should also understand that what they are solving for. Is this something that
Hmm.
you're also passionate? is this a product you will buy if you are a customer of them? So if you tick all these boxes, then you can also sell better. So to summarize, like what we have spoken till now, Pratik. So if someone is right now listening to this podcast and thinking like how they can perform, so there are like 4 to 5 things that I feel is very important. First is mindset. That what type of mindset that you have
Mm-hmm.
when you're joining sales. If understand why you are not performing, stick to your basics, go to your basics, and learn again, think what is missing in your basics and fix those things. Second is understand that sales is a race, that as you mentioned, that every month when you hit your target, the next month the number will be zero. You have to start
Right.
again. So understand that it's a race, and you have to perform every month. It's not that you can stick to 1 month, 2 month, and then yeah, मेरा तो हो गया. It's not that.
Correct.
So
Correct.
third thing is, we spoke about luck and hard work. And we both agreed that we can create our luck by putting more efforts, more hard work in our work. And sales is not just about luck. It actually
Right.
determines how much hard work we are putting, how much efforts we are putting, and that actually determines the luck. Uh, the next thing that we spoke is about how our organization can help us to improve our performance, improve, by giving us targets which are achievable, by giving us a culture which is suitable for salespeople. That is the fourth thing. And the last thing is very important, is believing in the product that we are solving, and believing the company's values and the problem solving thing that they are trying to achieve. So believing in the
Right.
company's goals and the in the product when you're solving, when you're selling. These are few things that you have to keep in mind when you're not performing. And uh, understand these things, tick your boxes for this particular topics, and see if you're missing anywhere. And if you're not,
Right.
then I bet you'll start performing for sure.
Correct.
Pratik,
Correct.
anything that you want to add up to the.
Last thing I would definitely like to add that after doing all these things, after making sure that you have done all these things you have, checklist all these boxes. Make sure that wherever you are working, if you're not performing, please make sure that you are solving all your other issues, whether it's a financial, personal,
uh,
family, relative, your love life, everything. Make sure that we are putting everything in a one place and solving all those things. Then only you will start performing in sales. Because in sales, psychology is very much important. If you're not calm and relaxed, you cannot feel confident. So this is what happened.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
I miss that point, personal topics. That is really important, to be honest. Because if you're not having, getting that dopamine from your work, you need to figure it out from your other channels, right? And that is really important. Thanks for.
right. Yeah. So, guys, if you have any other queries, please feel free to reach out, right? You can send DMs to me and Dave. And yes, don't forget to subscribe this channel. You guys are not subscribing. And if you wanted to, like make sure कि बाकी लोग भी ये videos देखें, वो भी sales के बारे में और समझे, तो please share with your friends. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.